All right. Good morning, cyber traders. Welcome on back. 9 o'clock sharp once again here this Thursday morning. Great to see all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room. Michael, Linda, Brian. Might I slow myself down there? Ray. Great to see you, Ray, joining us. And Andrea, John, Leonard. Got all of our students and members alike just joining us there. And on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. At Cyber Trading U is the handle. Right there. You know, I made the unfortunate switch from energy drink to coffee this morning. Used to be a big coffee guy back in the day, but otherwise I made the switch to energy drink. I don't do too much of those now as much anyway. But when you make the switch from one to the other, you get the dry mouth. You get like the run dry mouth. I got the water right next to me. So we are good to go nonetheless, at least. It's a fantastic morning. We've had a beautiful day yesterday and all from this week. It's been phenomenal. We're in the middle of earnings season. And with that, we've had a bunch of other trades otherwise making a big move. So you know where I'm going to start with this morning meeting here, right? I mean, of course, we have to go back to yesterday and go back to Hollow. Holy Hollow. This thing ended up exploding out the gate really like when the market opened up. Let's just go back to the very beginning here. Stock ended up popping even pre-market, but then as soon as the market opened up, ended up popping, and then from there later on ended up going up again, made a phenomenal push up towards $8, then broke higher up towards 10, then broke higher up towards, well, as you could see heading into the after hours, thing just blew the ceiling off and completely took off. I mean, you don't expect it, and you probably doubt it. If anything, you say this is not going to happen at all. And you probably should feel that way. Like, don't think otherwise, because 99.9% of stocks that we trade don't end up making 1,000% move on one given day, let alone across a period of time, you know, across a week, let's say. So Hollow, this is something that we'll probably see maybe like once every few months, maybe like once every 3 or 4 months, we'll get like a 500% gainer or a 1,000% gainer. So, hey, beautiful push in the after hours. Hit up as high as like 50, 55. Even this morning, trying to make another like second win type of move from yesterday. Should we put this on our watch list, everyone? Well, of course, we have to. We have to. It's up another 85% from the close yesterday. It's not like it tanked yet. Now, as much as I say that, there's two things. A, this is the day trading morning watch list that we're going to be putting out. Right? Take that literally. Watch list, not the you must trade this stock list, not the you should be trading Hollow list as a brand new student. No. That's not how it goes here, folks. Especially in class, we want you to start off on something slower moving, something that, I don't know, doesn't have a 50-cent spread at times. So this is more for our advanced students here. And otherwise, B, well, hey, if you want to do this on one share, 10 shares, and even if you take a licking on it, take a loss, you know it's not going to kill the account and burn you for the day. You want to do this for fun and small size, go ahead, please. That's like the purpose of trading a stock like this at this point. So Hollow, I will add to our watch list at least here. But oh, and this is the other thing. Well, because of Hollow, look at what's on the gainers list this morning. You got HKIT up 479%. You got CCTG up 140. You get all the crazies coming out now. Once one goes, you start getting like groups of day traders, perhaps like us, but even like larger groups with more money and just otherwise just people needing to cover short. Well, eventually these stocks that got ran down so much, they're going to have a little, squeeze back up. So we don't hold our breaths on these stocks waiting for them to make that magical push one day. But when we wake up and open up our platforms and see, oh, shoot, this thing's up 400+% already. Well, it leads us to ask, is there room for more? So something that's up as much as this, it's tougher to expect more, right? It's already made that move 478%. But what about CCTG? What about SXTC? What about Hollow? Hollow already, but what about bets? I'm getting ahead of myself there. But, all these other crazies out there, MLGO, we've seen this pop and drop in the past too. This is below $1, but we'll see where this can land us. But for the afternoon and for the morning, we're going to see a lot more that comes out, and that doesn't lead us to be attracted by them. You don't want to get caught off with the shiny object in the room, just watching it over and over. And if you're not as confident with trading it, well, it just kills your time. It wastes your day. All throughout the morning yesterday, I was asking, hey, who here is trading PLTR the last 2 days, actually? And like so many of us, right? Well, I had a couple of us that said, hey, like I didn't take any trades. Well, it's not to say they should have or they needed to. They might be brand new students. They might be inexperienced day traders, still kind of, getting their feet wet with all this. Well, if that's the case on a very liquid stock like PLTR, then what the hell do you think they're going to be feeling on a trade like Hollow, on a trade like CCTG that's popping and dropping pretty quick, or even HKIT? Just to tell you a moment ago, I was playing around with this on small shares before the meeting started. Thank God, hand up right now, break even, legitimately break even. And I'd have just averaged down a couple times to get it. But if it's not going to be making that push up higher, just before here it was, there's only one other way it's going to go. And I know HKIT from experience, this stock we've traded in the past, this has a very low float, 5 million share float. And there's stocks that have even less than that we're trading here this morning. But it just goes to say, if it's not making that big move up, you're not going to be trying to hold on to this trade here at this point. We're not trying to play lotto. We're not trying to go to the casino. And I know that 100% of us come into this not with that on the forefront of their mind. But let's just focus on trying to be in a more safe, secure stock, right? Something that has a better spread, something that might be on, whether it's a higher float or maybe it's not up as much as this is percentage wise, right? Just, there's other means to find a trade that we can make money on. So, you know what? Similar to Hollow, does it hurt us to add HKIT to our watch list? Our CTU, you must not trade, however I phrased it before, of course, we'll add it to the watch list, right? It's not that you must trade this stock list. So at least those two we'll start off on. And then from there, we got the CCTG as we continue to go through here. You get more of the crazies making their move early in the morning. SXTC, I guess this is kind of holding here a little bit. There was a bit of a gap fill that this ended up filling technically back from the end of last year, beginning of this year. So all of these, at least just for now, I'm just going to put them on our watch list just out the gate. How could we not, right? And if they end up making a more concise move, if the spreads aren't horrible on them, then, hey, I'll be sinking my teeth right into it. WHYI is another trade. This one definitely has a good spread for right now. Just this one shook after 8 o'clock too. It didn't really produce too much. So, I'll kind of add that for the time being, give it a second look there as well. Now, hey, we are in earnings season. So it's not just these like small cap stocks that we trade. Had a couple students that I was working with just over the past week. And, hey, perspective, right? Everyone has different perspective. But I don't want anyone to think that our goal here is to take these microscopic scalp trades, to be in and out within 2 minutes or 1 minute. No, that's not what we're trying to accomplish. But, it is to say at least we're going to follow those, because they're up a lot. There's a lot of, hype on them. There's perhaps news that could lead more eyes to catch on to the trade. Well, speaking of news, of course, we have earnings, right? So ARMM is, a more expensive company, but one that had popped just from yesterday and after hours, broke all-time highs. I know Rich, my colleague here, has been a big fan of this stock over the last, really couple weeks in anticipation of this move. So, hopefully he's doing really well on his trade and, breaking all-time highs. So it's hard for us to ignore this ARM. I'm going to add this to our main list here too. I'll tell you what, this stock actually has some pretty good liquidity, or at least back when it was a $70 stock, $60 stock, when I was checking in on it here and there. So the more this pumps up, it will thin out a bit. But I think that this will still be pretty tradable even by the time the market opens up. You'll see a lot more orders join the order book here, at least by the time the market opens. All right, so hey, it's not just the cheapies, not just the small caps out there. Hey, obviously not just the ARM, not this. Disney popped in the after hours, right? So Disney reported quarterly earnings. I could check Benzinga Pro. There's a litany of different headlines, from Iger and just from the earnings report altogether, right? Just headlines and financial, data out there. I'm not going to look into it. Obviously, Street led to a nice pop there, and we'll see if this continues. Question is this? No. not at all. No. We got a ways to go for all-time highs. All right, so for Disney, you got a nice long-term resistance to look at least here back from 2015 here through 2020 or 2019, roughly around 121-ish, 121.50. That's more on the swing side, of course. So the more this pops and continues, that could be something to look towards. But, Disney, I'll add on our day trading watch list here too. Brian saying Bitcoin, BTC hitting 45,000. Obviously, we're not trading Bitcoin here, but, well, you can buy for a swing like we were recommending. But, of course, stocks like Mara, stocks like Coinbase perhaps up with that in mind. Not up as much as a lot of the others that we've gone through already. But, yeah, of course, look, like Coinbase up big here this morning at least, CLSK up 6%, all these crypto mining stocks. Wolf. CIFR, a little spotty there. All right, so where my bread's buttered here this morning when it comes to the crypto stocks. It is Mara. I'll add Coinbase too, just because that's like a more expensive variation of it. They're not the same company, obviously. Mara being a crypto miner, Bitcoin miner, and Coinbase, well, being Coinbase, just being the largest regulated centralized exchange for crypto. So, I'm going to just put both on our watch list with that in mind. Brian also saying, I was going to get to our main chat board otherwise just in a bit to see what else is out there, but holy smokes, another one. I told you. I told you the crazy start coming out. You get one pumping from yesterday. Next thing you know, it's like a royal rumble of like one stock after another. So this is where, hey, I'm happy that this is moving now while I'm doing this meeting, right? Good call. And obviously we're going to add this to our list. It's already up 650%. This is also a new IPO, it looks like, that broke all-time highs. Blew the roof off of all-time highs actually at 370 dating back to September of just last year. So yeah, I think that this thing is going to have a pullback to it. No? Oh man. All right. So I'm excited to see what else pops up here, like by the time we finish up this meeting, but we already have so much to work with from our gainers list already. If there's anything else looking at least good that we haven't checked in on just yet, let me know, but I'll do one more last run through before we finish up. Yeah, nothing really too familiar that's catching my eye here. All right, so hopping over to the losers list. Folks, do not get caught off by the shiny object in the room, please. And especially as a new trader here, do not have a casino mentality. There's a bunch of online websites that promote poker and blackjack. You want to gamble? Hey, I'll give you websites. I'll give them, please. I'm a blackjack guy. I'm a huge blackjack guy. There's a time and a place. What I mean by that is, well, look at TENX. This stock just from 2 days ago. You remember this? Don't lose sight of stocks that we traded from earlier in the week, right? There's so many of them, it's like easy to forget. But this stock, TENX, ended up trading in pre-market up towards 10 bucks, 960-ish. And then from there, ended up popping up towards 20 and then tanked back down. So this was just a roller coaster, even dating back to Monday this week, Tuesday this week. It's going to happen to SYRA. It's going to happen to HKIT. It's going to happen to CCTG. Again, I brought this one up even from yesterday's morning meeting when I tagged in for Fausto. But what about the INBS stock? Platform taking a wee bit to load there. But otherwise, INBS, right? Just another pop and drop. Don't get caught off guard by the shiny object in the room. Now, with all these crypto miners going up, what the hell is up with BKKT? This is actually a Bitcoin-related stock. So that piques my interest. I'm just going to check Benzinga Pro. That's pretty odd. I'm going to guess like common stock offering, direct offering of news there. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. Let's just reload that right there. 1 second. Okay, what do we got? No news even from this morning in February. Let's see. Maybe they're late to the draw there. Yeah, I don't really see any sort of headline out here for this company, BKKT. It's down 27% for a reason. We're not going to short it. Just caught my interest there for a moment. Wanted to just see why. My assumption would be some sort of direct offering of shares, but we move on. We're not going to try and trade this either way. APPS, if this was looking better on the way down here, trending down prior to the market opening, I'd actually add it. But for now, same thing there. Not really much opportunity, I feel. AZN, SMX. You got some stocks down percentage-wise here otherwise, but That's pretty much it. That's all I really see. Not much else looking as good from the loser side here. And that's fine. We already got a big watch list to start. I don't like pumping out a big watch list anyway. So, Fausto, with the 35 years experience he has, he does an exceptional job of keeping it super simple. So that's where you'll see myself kind of make a larger watch list. I'll tend to see the opportunity in some trades, but I don't want to overwhelm any of us here, especially new members joining us here. I'm the biggest advocate of really from the watch list we're about to post to you, start and stick with maybe just a couple of them. And then from that point, see if there's good opportunity elsewhere. ADVM, this was on the gainer side here. Just got a private chat from one of our students on this one. It's trying to push back up. It's had a phenomenal last few days, right? In hindsight, great swing. You're kind of just more on the day trade side of it at least, but it's up 6% again this morning. It's hard for us to ignore it, right? All right, so that's another one that we'll add to our list, but unless if there's something that's making a move like SYRA, I think that we're just going to call it here for now, folks. We're going to call it. We got a big list. Michael's saying CFLT. It's up 27%, right? It's hard for us to ignore a stock like that, but it's already $30. It's not like we want to just keep it to the cheapies, but hey, we already got ARM. We already got Disney on our watch list. We already got Coinbase on our watch list. We got Mara, which is not a cheapie. So there's not a need for it. That's the thing. So if you want to trade it, rooting you on, but otherwise, this is where we have a big list and we got to really keep it contained. That SYRA was a bit different because as soon as Brian had called that out, it was like just kind of looking like that. So that's a little bit different. It's like, all right, so let's see this try and build support over time at least. I like what we got, I think, folks. Otherwise, there isn't really much else that we've missed. All right, so hey, I appreciate it, folks, for all of us on YouTube, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, etc. Hey, you'll get the man himself, Fausto, back tomorrow. But interested in joining our live trading room, just scan that QR code on the top left of the stream, get you live access for a week-long trial. Communicate with students like Brian, Michael, Kathleen, Linda, and all of us there. Of course, instructors like myself, Rich, and Fausto. Again, he'll be back tomorrow. But otherwise, enjoy the morning. Best of luck trading, and we'll be back live at least at 2:30 in the afternoon for you. I'll be back on coming up in about 12, 13 minutes for Margaret, Lita, and all of our students here. Take care.